Hello, grade 9. In today's video, we'll be diving into more laws of exponent questions. This is to help you know how questions come, but above all, to help you understand and master the laws of exponent. I've already introduced the laws of exponent on the previous video. I will leave the link to it in the description. With that said, let's get started. Our first question today would be 2x to the power 3 multiplied by 3x to the power 4. You can pause and try it. So to solve this question, the approach is still the same. It's still the same as the one we did on the previous video. The first thing you have to do is to be able to recognize which law best apply to be able to solve the question. So in this case, law number 1 best applies. Law number 1. The law which states when you multiply the same basis, you add the exponent. So in this case, you have the same basis you have to add, being x and x, which are the same basis in this case. So for now, let's forget the coefficients 2 and 3 for now. Let's take them out of the picture for now and focus on the same basis being x to the power 3 and x to the power 4. So this is of x to the power 3 multiplied by x to the power 4. So we know that when we add the same basis, when we multiply the same basis, we add the exponents. So in this case, x remains the same. Then we add 4 plus 3, which gives us x to the power 7. But we're not done. Remember, we still have the coefficients 2 and 3. So we have to multiply them since we have the multiplication sign in between. So multiplying 2 and 3. So what we get 6. And this makes our answer for our first question. For this question, let's say the mark allocation is 3 marks. So 1, 2, 3. Let's say 3 marks. Let's move to our second question. Second question, AB power 2. This is multiplied by a to the power 3 and b to the power 4. How best can you approach this one? You can pause and try it. So which law can best solve this question? Law number 1 can best solve this question. Law which states when you multiply the same basis, we add the exponents. So in this case, we have basis A and A on the other side being the same, and also B and B being the same. So this is the same as this. So we can rewrite this like this. A times A to the power 3 multiplied by B squared times B to the power 4. Here we just rewrote it. We just rearranged and wrote it. There's nothing much to change. It's still the same as this one. It still looks the same as this one. So from here, with such an arrangement, we can easily solve it. So in this case, we know we're looking at this here. So you know our answer has to be A, then 3 plus 1 multiplied by B 2 plus 4 is equal to A to the power 4 multiplied by B to the power 6. And this makes our final answer. You can rewrite it this way: A to the power 4, B to the power 6. And that is our final answer. And here, let's say our mark allocation is 5 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's move to the next question. Question number 3. 3x negative exponent to the power of 3. How best can you solve this? You can pause and try it. So we have to first identify which law can best solve the question. So to solve this question, law number 6 would be best applicable to solve this question. Now which states if there's an exponent outside, that exponent we have to multiply the exponents of the bases inside, just like that. Meaning our answer from here would be 3 for 3, and x -1 times 3 gives a -3. And from here we can just simplify it, and 3 to the power 3, it's 3 multiplied by itself 3 times. So meaning it's 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times. So it gives us 27. Then we have this here. And that reminds us of law number 4, which states that if we have a base with a negative fraction, with a negative exponent, it gives a fraction. So we know that from here, our answer here would have to be 1 over x to the power of 3. And this could be rewritten finally as 27 over x to the power of 3. This is our final answer. So let's say our mark allocation here is 4 marks. 1, 1, 1 here, and just say 4. Let's say 4 marks. Let's move to the next question. Question number 4. It's 5 to the power 0 plus 5 to the power 2 plus 5 to the power -1. You can pause and try it. And now solving this one, we see that the first part here, it reminds us of a certain law which says that any number to the exponent of 0 is equal to 1. So we already know that our answer here is 1. Moving forward, this part here, it's 5 multiplied by itself twice, so meaning it's 5 times 5, which will give us 25. Plus, and you know this part reminds us of a certain law that any number to a negative exponent, it gives us a fraction. So we know that here it will be 1 over 5 to the power of 1. But the power of 1 is not really necessary, we can just remove it. So yes, 25 plus 1 is 26, and now we have 26 plus 1 over 5. And from here, it is just fraction mathematics. So we know here we have an imaginary one or mathematical one. So we should find lowest denominator being 5, or the highest denominator, I mean to say, being 5. So we multiply 5 times 1, it gives us a 5. Then now we multiply 26 times 5 to give us 130, plus 1 times 1, it gives us a 1. So this is equal to 131 over 5. And this makes our final answer to this question. And for the mark allocation, let's say it's also 4 this side. So it's 4 marks as well. Let's move to the next question. Question number 5. You can pause and try it. So to solve this question, we know that firstly it could be written this way: to the power 5, y to the power 8, divide by x, y to the power 10. That's the first step, or this is how first you can rewrite it. And secondly, this is how we can rewrite it again. So here we're trying to make it easy for us to be able to tackle the question. So we can rewrite it this way: x to the power 5 divide by x, then times, multiply by y to the power 8 divide by y to the power 10. Then now this way you can deal with this part, the first part, easily, because this is basically law number 2. We divide the same bases, so we should subtract their exponents. So it's x 5 minus 1, the mathematical one here. Then this is still multiplied by y. Also, this part, also the second part, this part here, and also it's also law number 2. Then y is the base, then it's 8 minus 10. Then from here, our final answer is x to the power 4 times multiplied by y, negative 2. In fact, this is not our final answer because y is in a negative exponent. So we know that our answer now would have to be x to the power 4 multiplied by 1 over y to the power 2. And this could be written finally as x to the power 4 over y to the power 2. And our mark allocation for this one, let's say it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 marks. Now let's move to question number 6, which will be our final question. Here's our question number 6, our final question for today. You can pause and try it. So from here we know that the exponent outside here would have to multiply the exponent here, the exponent there, and finally the exponent d. So meaning we would have to write it to write this way: 2 to the power 3. I'm going to write it in green. To the power 3 and x to the power 2 times 3 and y to the power 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 5. Or first we can deal with this part. We know that anything, any number or any base to an exponent 0 is equal to 1. So we know that this here, x equal to 0, x equal to 0 is equal to 1. So we know here it's 5, or let's say multiplied by 1. Then keep y as it is. This is over y to the power 5. Now, once it's 2 to the power 3, x to the power 2 times 3 is 6, y to the power 3 times 5y over y to the power 5. But we're not done. So from here, we know that this part here, we can rewrite it as 5y divided by y to the power 5. Then now we can deal with the bases y and y. So we know that from here now our answer to this portion, the question, would have to be 5. That's 5 like this. 5y 1 minus 5. Then this is 5y. Write it here, down here. 5y to the power 4. Power negative 4, I'm sorry. Then now we take this and take it back here to join this one. So meaning from here it's 2x, it's 2 to the power 3, x plus 6, y power 3, multiplied by 5, y power negative 4. So from here, we can see that this part here, it means 2 multiply itself 3 times. So it will give us 8. 8x to the power 6, y to the power 3, times 5, y power negative 4. So we're not done. We're having y to the power 4 and y to the power 3. So how do we deal with this one? So these are being multiplied together. So we know that now we would have to add the exponents. meaning it would look like this. Y 3 plus -4. Yes, negative times a positive, negative win. So it's y 3 minus 4, which is equal to y minus 1 to the power -1. So now, yes, we are done with the y's, but now we are done with the y's. But now, what do we do with the remaining parts? So we'd say 5 times 8. So 5 times 8 is 40. Right is right. 40 x to the power 6, then y power -1. So y to -1 is a fraction. So it's 40 x to the power 6, 1 over y. Then finally, this could be written as 40 x to the power 6 over y. And this makes our final answer. So on my calculation, let's say it's 7 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, it had a lot of work, so I still give it 7 marks. So all in all, according to my calculations, this will be a total of 28. So mark your own questions or your own exercises, and yeah, you leave a comment below on how many marks did you get out of 28. And yeah, that's all about today's video. Thank you for tuning in. If this video was helpful in any way, please do leave us a subscribe and a like. See you on the next video.